Hello everyone, welcome to our group project presentation. Our project is called City Explorer, a web app that allows users to search for any city and get live information like population, region, time zone, and more. We built this using Node.js and Express for the backend, Firebase FileStore for storing user data, and Access for calling an external API. So Tejaswini, what's the progress about backend? Can you please
Okay,
explain?
let me explain our backend code. Our backend is written in Node.js using the Express.js framework. Let me explain. The main file that powers everything is called server.js. Let me walk you through what the file does step by step. First, importing required modules. At the top of the file, we import Express to create the web server, Path to serve our HTML files, and Axios to make API requests. Firebase admin to connect to our Firebase FileStore database. We also load our service account credentials from a file called key.json, which allows our backend to access the FileStore database securely. And second is to initialize the Firebase admin. Using the Firebase admin SDK, we initialize the app with our credentials. Then we create a connection to FileStore using get FileStore. So we can store and retrieve user data. So let me explain how to open and register for FileStore. First, open Firebase FileStore and then go to console. Make sure that your internet is good. And this is our website's Firebase City Expo. And here in go to FileStore database, it was loading. Just wait a minute. And here is the data stored in this database: email address, gender, mail, and everything. Like this, you can create a Firebase FileStore. And next, third step is setting up Express app. We initialize the Express and configure it to pass from pass form data from HTML using express.url encoded and serve all front-end files like login, sign up, home, and explorer from the public folder. And fourth one is API key. We store our API Ninja's key in a variable so that we can use it safely in our backend when calling the city API. And this is our API key. Serving HTML pages, we define we define get routes for each page like slash for home1.html, login for login.html, sign up for signup.html, and also explorer.html for the main explorer page. This makes sure that the right HTML files load when user visits those URLs. And next, sign up functionality. When a user submits the sign up form, we first check if the mail is already registered in FileStore or not. If the email exists, we send an alert back to the user saying it is already registered. If the email is new, we save the user's data like name, email, phone, gender, and password into FileStore and then redirect them into the login page. And next, this is the login functionality. When a user logs in, We check if the email exists in 5 star or not. If the email is found and the password matches, we redirect them into the Explorer page. Otherwise, we send an alert message for email not found or incorrect password. And this is the City Info API. This is where the real-time city info comes in. We take the city name from the user's input, and next we use Axios to call the API Ninja City API. If the city is not found, we return details like name, country, region, population, and time zone. If the city is not found, we send back an error message. And at last, we run the Express server on port 3000. Once the server is running, users can access the app by visiting this HTTP localhost 3000 in their browser. Overall, the backend connects the user interface with the Firebase and the external API. It handles all user authentication, error messages, and data fetching in a clean and secure way. And now, what is the progress of HTML front-end code, Manogna?
Okay, now I will show you a quick demo. This is the home page of our City Explorer. First, I'll try to sign up with a new mail. You can see we get a success message and are redirected to login. Now I'll log in with those credentials and search for a city like Paris. As you can see, we get live information about Paris, including country, population, time zone, and region. Or else if we search for a non-existent city, it shows city not found. This makes the project useful for students, travelers, and learners. So in this project, we learn how to manage user data securely, use API integrations, and handle front-end back-end flow. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, everyone.